Welcome to Suffolk Scoutcast, Episode 3. We're looking forward to talking with our guests in a few minutes, but first we wanted to introduce Max Klein, who is very affiliated with Suffolk County Council with our special needs scouting organizations. Max, thanks for coming, and would you like to just tell us a little bit more about special needs scouting?
Sure. Thanks so much for having me today. I'm really happy to be here just to represent a huge community of people that may not necessarily have the voice to speak up. So I serve as a special needs advocate for Suffolk County Council, and I've been doing this in a capacity for the past 8 years, and something that I've seen is that scouting is for all abilities, it's for all identities, and there are so many different ways that we can accommodate for these specific types of scouts. There are extensions that are available. There are individual scout advancement plans that are similar to an IEP at school that we could actually take a look at very specific types of advancement requirements, especially if a scout wants to earn Eagle. We can take a look, okay, so are they able to do this particular merit badge? Well, they may not physically or emotionally be able to handle that. Well, what is that merit badge looking to do? And then an advancement committee will actually come together and figure out the right plan. There's also extensions after the age of eligibility. Typically, the Scouts BSA program goes until 18 years old, but under special needs scouting, we could actually extend that past way into their late 20s, similar to what the exploring program would be. So, we're really excited. Coming up next is going to be one of the scouts that I've personally been working with for the last 4 years. She's a part of one of the very first Scouts BSA girl troops in Suffolk County. She's going to be earning Eagle quick, fast, in a hurry, and she's also one of my unit advocates. And basically what a unit advocate is a scout that serves at a leadership capacity that helps to create their troop to be more inclusive.
Excellent.
Yep, so I'm really excited to have her on today.
That's great. I mean, we look forward to speaking with Amanda and her mother Geselle in a few minutes, and learn more about her journey and her experience in scouting. So it's going to be, it's already very impressive, the stories you're hearing.
And Max, how do we get more information if we have a child that's in special needs and we're interested in learning more about how we can, enroll our child into scouting?
Absolutely. So the best place that you can start is our website. So it's sccbsa.org/special needs.
Great. Well, thanks so much, Max, for all your time and your attention to a community that has opportunities to learn about scouting and be a part of this great organization. It's
my pleasure. As somebody who was a scout with special needs, back in the day, I did earn Eagle. It took me forever to do it, but with the right support systems and a family that is willing to undergo those challenges, you can earn it.
Excellent. Great. Thank you all. When we come back, we'll be speaking with Amanda Barile and her mother Geselle on her journey in scouting.
Hey, Mom and Dad, summer has just started, and it's not too late to give your child the greatest adventure of a lifetime. They'll get to jump in a lake, row a boat, build a birdhouse, archery, make new friends, but most importantly, they'll create lasting memories. And the best is, it's happening right here on Long Island at the Boy Scouts of America Bating Hollow Summer Camp. Go to sccbsa.org today.
Welcome back to the Suffolk Scoutcast. We're very excited to have Amanda Barile and her mother Geselle with us. Amanda is 14 years old and currently a Life Scout in Suffolk County Council, working on her Eagle project and finishing up her Eagle Scout requirements. So Amanda, Geselle, thank you guys so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. What merit badges do you need in order to complete your Eagle Scout?
I need personal management to complete my Eagle. It's the only merit badge I have left.
I feel like that is always the one that is near the end. I'm an Eagle Scout myself, and that was one of the last merit badges I had to get, was that and citizenship in the world or citizenship in the community. I don't remember which one it was. So,
wow.
Excellent. Thank you guys for coming. Appreciate it.
Thank you for your time.
So Amanda, I'm really excited, and I've been excited to meet you and just learning more about you. I wanted to know what got you in scouting.
So I was previously a Girl Scout. I was in Girl Scouts in 3rd and 4th grade while my brother participated in the Cub Scouting program. And then my mom and him motivated me to join scouting since I wasn't doing anything in Girl Scouts and I just didn't want to do, I wanted to do something that would keep me active throughout my adolescence. And that's how I joined Cub Scouts, and then I transitioned into Scouts BSA.
That's wonderful. So you've been in scouting for quite some time.
Yes.
And what would you say is one of the most memorable experiences that you've had so far in your scouting career?
There are lots of memorable experiences, but one I really, I will never forget is doing an Applebee's Flapjack fundraiser. So I can raise funds for my Eagle Scout project at my local Applebee's. There were so many people there, and my troop volunteered to serve people pancakes and breakfast, and we had raffles, and that to me was one of the best days of my life, and I could say that with certainty.
That's amazing. So you were raising money for the community, raising money for your Eagle Scout project,
Yep.
getting all of your troop involved and reaching out to partners such as Applebee's. So that's amazing. So that must have taught you a lot of skills, right?
Yes, it has.
So one thing about scouting that I've been learning is it's really teaching kids and adults a lot of different skills, such as leadership skills. So would you say your experience also in scouting is teaching you these life skills, and do you think you would find these skills in other programs?
So scouting teaches you many different skills, but the core of my scouting journey is leadership, and I don't like very few activities teach you how to be a leader. I'm a martial artist, and that's the only activity that I know of other than scouting that teaches you how to be a leader. But scouting at its core teaches leadership.
And what else would you say it's teaching you besides for that leadership component?
So it also teaches you skills that you wouldn't typically learn anywhere else or in a classroom environment, like learning how to tie knots, so learning how to survive out in the wild. Also, you wouldn't learn how to do first aid, and all these amazing skills that scouting has aren't anywhere else, or they're in very few programs.
That's great. And one of the things that is important for everybody to know is that females are welcome to join scouting now, and they've been that for actually quite some time. And a lot of people don't realize that we've had females in our program since the 60s, in the exploring program and the venturing program. But now we're looking forward to getting more girls to become Eagle Scouts. We've had several in Suffolk County Council in the past few years, so it's we hope you join the flock, so to speak. So we're looking forward to having you join this crew.
We're very excited about the girls in scouting. One of the things that happened with Amanda was she was in Girl Scouts, and we piggybacked off of the Boy Scouts, and I'll tell you why. One of the reasons is because we weren't able to find a Girl Scout troop in our neighborhood, so we became what they call Juliets. We were independent, and at one time, which totally broke my heart, she says, "Mommy, I'm done with this." I'm like, "What?" Well, guess what? That same year, BSA said, "We're ready to accept girls." And that just like, oh my gosh, that was mind-blowing. We were able to join scouting. When we first joined scouting, Amanda was in a cup pack. She's one of the first girls in Suffolk County to have bridged over. Because when girls joined, they were plugged in based on age, right? So she had the privilege to have cross over that bridge and join BSA at that time.
Excellent.
Very, very motivating and very exciting. And one of the things that I found that scouting teaches is confidence. Confidence. Amanda came over to me the night before she bridged over, and she goes, "Mommy, I want to write a thank you letter." And I'm like, "That's fantastic. Let's write a thank you letter." And she started to write her letter, and then she said to me, "What if I read it tomorrow night at the bridging? And I'm like, even better. And here I am, I'm texting the Scoutmaster. She wants to talk. Both my children have IEPs, and they were speech delayed. So we struggled with disabilities and school and learning abilities, right? And to hear your child say, I want to do this, is the best feeling ever. And when she came and she said that to me, I'm like, this is an amazing journey. Having her there, she got up in front of, at the time there were 50 people,
Right.
which was big.
That's a lot. It's still a lot of people.
Big. And everybody who knew her at that moment, when she said her speech, there wasn't a dry eye in that room. And that included the men. So, beautiful experience, and it hasn't stopped from there. It's just gotten better.
That's
Well,
great.
I appreciate you sharing that, because I think with scouting, and my son's in scouting, my daughter's in scouting as well, and that confidence. And you know, public speaking is, I think, the #1 fear
Right.
of everyone.
Correct.
Adults, young adolescents, as you said. So for you to stand up there really just showcases how scouting can really support your well-being and your growth. I think one of the roles as a parent, right, is to put our children into things that they will be in an environment that they're safe, that they have the ability to express and communicate themselves, as well as learn these skills. So when they make it into the world as an adult, they've got these skills under their belt, and they're not afraid of speaking, especially in front of people. So for you to speak, bridging over from a Cub Scout over to 50 people is quite an accomplishment. So, you know, kudos to you on that, because there's a lot of adults that would have a really hard time doing that. So I think, again, it showcases how scouting can really support an individual as well as a community on what you can do, and kind of breaking down those barriers of what you can't do. Because would you say in scouting it's given you the experience and the motivation to try new things?
Yes, because as you can see, I have a lot of merit badges on my sash, and I've taken many merit badges before that I had zero interest in, like truck transportation. Yet I learned so much from those things, and I mean, whether I was into those subjects or not, I still tried them out, and I ended up learning many new things that I will never forget learning. And these badges are tokens of all the things I learned throughout my scouting journey. So I'm really proud of all these merit badges I earned.
No, I think that's amazing, because I think with scouting, sometimes it's that misconception of what are we doing? You know, what are the kids doing in these meetings, and what are they accomplishing? And I think you just showcase that really well, that you get to learn things that you normally wouldn't learn, you know, like you said, truck transportation.
Or
graphic
arts, or even kayaking.
Right. It's going out there and being in nature, as well as learning how the world is operating, right?
And how things work, and how to interact with new people.
Yeah,
and
for
make
sure.
friends.
And make friends. So tell me a little bit about your friend experience in scouting.
So I recruited one of my friends into scouting. She's actually the senior patrol leader of my troop right now, and I think I have a really strong relationship with everyone in my troop, because like everyone is so nice to each other. We work well together. We work hard, and we're there for one another. And that to me is just unbelievable, since my troop was chartered in 2019, and we grew so much from that year, and we grew to 23, maybe 20 active scouts from the start of that 4-year time span. So like I said, how the girls treat one another, how they work together is just totally unbeatable.
You mentioned parents, and one of the things I like to say is that every successful scout has a supportive parent. It's important to have parents know what the program is and know what the program can do. Ask the scout questions, have them come home and find out what they did that day. It also creates a bond. When you're interested in what your scout is doing, it definitely does amazing things in the family, in the household. One of the things that I will never forget, as Amanda said, we have 20 girls in our troop. We had a couple, they moved out of the area, but we're still going strong. We grew during COVID. The minute that a mom or parent puts on the uniform and becomes a scout leader, it really changes how your child looks at you. So it's so important to see adults in scouting and to help the scouts become successful. So I remember, and it wasn't from my daughter, it was actually from my son. The look on his face when mom put on the uniform, a lot of glowing and a lot of pride. Because you're doing something they're doing and something that they're involved in and something that will help them grow.
That's great.
So,
would you like to plug your troop and where you guys meet? And
absolutely. We are BSA Bohemia Girls Troop 572. We meet at Sycamore Avenue Elementary School every Thursday from 7 to 8:30. One of our mottos, besides be prepared, is be welcoming. We always have the girls, whenever there's a new member who's interested in coming to join the troop, we embrace them with open arms. Amanda's also working on troop advocacy with Max Klein. We're very honored to have that opportunity, and that allows Amanda to work with any new scouts who have any needs or any new abilities that we need to support. And with that, we are always, always welcome to having any new scouts join us and their families. It's very important to have the families come as well.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that, because I think that brings a great point of how inclusive scouting is and how diverse it is, from not only from the boys, now we've got the girls, but we also have parents, and the parents are not only the dads, they're also the moms. And it's all coming together to showcase how diverse scouting is, how important it is in our community. And to that point of how important it is to our community, I know you did a community project. Could you tell us a little bit about your project and what made you, do this project?
So one day, my mom is scrolling through emails, and then she finds an email from the commissioner.
Yeah, it was actually an email requesting anyone who's interested in doing a project.
An Eagle Scout project, or maybe even a troop community service project at FREE, which stands for Family Residences and Essential Enterprises in Bohemia. And since I was life rank at the time, I thought maybe I could do this project. Maybe I could accomplish it. So basically, what the project was, it consisted of a replacing of a flagpole which was bent and broken, along with and we also installed a new flagpole with a new U.S. flag, and we even put in a POW flag as the beneficiary requested, and we also added a solar light on top of the flagpole to keep the flag lit at night. An additional part of the project was for the business sign, we also made a flower bed out of pavers, and we planted some new perennials and mums in the flower bed to brighten up the entrance. So this project provided provided free with an inviting entrance to their facility, which can be spotted day and night. So,
no, that's amazing, because now you can see how your project is supporting the community that you live in, right? It goes beyond just what can I get out of scouting for me, right? Now you're giving back to, you know, what can scouting provide for me as well as provide to the community. And, you know, beautification of our city, of our community is so important. Having our flag and a flagpole replaced is so important. And, you know, it probably taught you, and you know, you correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of, you know, fundraising and partnership skills, leadership skills to get that project accomplished. So
Yes,
I think,
it has.
so thank you so much for sharing that, because, you know, I think that's what we're here today, right? In our podcast, you know, we really want to showcase how diverse and inclusive scouting can be in Suffolk County, and how open it is to all genders and all people from all different kinds of backgrounds and experiences, and how you all come together for this inviting space for children and volunteer adults to really learn about how we can support one another, and how we can really build a better, stronger community together.
It's interesting you say that, because during Amanda's project, she was able to recruit volunteers that were non-scouters. And through that, we actually were able to recruit. They got really excited about what scouting is. The Eagle Project actually enhanced relationships with their friends. They had something to talk about. They had something to do in the community. And the fact that it was in the community, and now you have volunteers who live in the community and say, hey, look, I helped with that project, is such a reward in itself.
Yeah.
So we were able to recruit, right, as well. And now we even build additional partnerships where the organization Free has requested any other scouts who are looking, because the project is valued, any other scouts who have the availability to do an Eagle Project to support the nonprofit organization.
That's fantastic. So thank you both for coming. I really appreciate all your time and energy and enthusiasm, Amanda. It's really been a pleasure talking to you. When you become an Eagle Scout, I expect an invitation to the ceremony.
Oh, yeah.
So I would
Yes,
I'd love to
most
join.
definitely.
They're a lot of fun. Good luck to you. Thank you all for joining us for the third episode of the Suffolk Scoutcast, and we look forward to seeing you all soon. Take care.